Hello, we are going to deal with lesson 11, I Learn Folk Culture. Well, what does this photo represent? Look at it. It represents women playing music, right? She threw an old musical instrument. So, look, where is she from? According to the picture, she's from Ahagar, Algeria. These are Tuareg women. Now, look at this musical instrument. It is called the imzad or imzad. So, the imzad is on the UNESCO Cultural Heritage List, تراث العالمي. Now, what are we going to do? You are going to watch a video and choose the correct answers. Here, number 1, the video is about A, Tuareg's musical instrument, B, the Tassili, C, the UNESCO. Number 2, imzad in an expression, ta'bir, of history, violence and peace, B, modern life, and C, personality. Number 3, the imzad is on the list of the human rights, the touristic sites or places, the UNESCO cultural heritage. You start.
This is the sound of the imzad, a single chord violin played exclusively by Tuareg women in Algeria. According to an old belief, men risk a curse if they play it. The instrument has gone out of fashion among the young, so Khulin Alamin has set herself the mission of reviving it.
Young people are only interested in television and the telephone these days. When I was younger, I lived in the desert. We took the time to learn to play and enjoy the instrument.
The instrument's discreet, refined lament traditionally accompanies poetic songs about the feats of past heroes. It was also played at courtship meetings, lasting long into the night. But by the early 2000s, only 2 women in Algeria still played the unique instrument. In 2003, Save the Imzad Association was launched, and now the instrument is even on the UNESCO Cultural Heritage List.
For us Tuaregs, the imzad is the best instrument. It's an expression of history, violence, peace. It expresses our culture. The association boasts a recording studio, a dance studio, a stage for performances, and a workshop for making imzads.
When I first arrived here, I met a woman called Set, who used to make imzad before I did. I watched what she was doing very carefully until I started to make them myself.
The dried out half of a calabash shell is sometimes even picked from the center's own garden. The work here ensuring the music of the Algerian desert will stand the test of time. Wazir Khamsin, CCTV.
Now let's correct. Number 1, the video is about good. The Tuareg musical instrument is number A, or it's A, sorry. Number 2, it is, or the imzad is an expression of history, violence, and peace. Number 3, the imzad is on the list of the UNESCO Cultural Heritage. Now we move to the next step. Look, today what are we going to do? We are going to read about Dar Imzad. This is Dar Imzad. Here we learn how to play the imzad and how to make it. All right? What are you going to do now? You are going to read this article. It's on your book. So, and fill in the bibliographical notes. We have the main title or the principal title, subtitle, العنوان الفرعي, author or the writer, the source, original language, type of document, press article, web article, except from book. So you start reading and do the task. Okay, let's correct. The first one, the main title. Look, it is Dar Imzad. Dar Imzad. Dar Imzad is what we call it here in Algeria, in Arabic, see, sort of Dar Thaqafa in Algeria. So, the subtitle, it is a home for an ancestral culture. And the author, if you notice, there is no name for the author. We don't know who wrote it. Right? And the source, it's www.imzadenzad.com. And the original language is French. Material adapted and collected from Imzaden and translated مترجم from French. So the original language is French. And the type of document we have, look here, we have imzaden.com. So here it's a web address, if we can say. So this is taken from web article. This is an web article مأخوذ من الانترنت. Anyway, we move to the next part now. Here we have some sentences. We read the instruction. Read the text and write true or false. If you say false, of course you have to correct the wrong statement. صح خطأ. Number one, there are 2 schools that provide training in Imzad in Algeria. 2. Dar Imzad in Tamraset consists of school and workshops. Warashat. 3. In Dar Imzad, young Tuareg girls learn only how to play an Imzad. 4. Tuareg's alphabet called Tifinagh. And 5. Tuareg don't have special Imzad songs and poems. You read carefully and do the task. Let's correct. The first one, there are 2 schools that provide training in Imzad in Algeria. Is it true? No, it is false. The correction, there are 3 schools. If you notice, it's in the first paragraph. There are 3 schools. One in Tamraset, Idlis, and the third one in Tintirabin. So, number 2, Dar Imzad in Tamraset consists of school and workshops. Of course, it is correct. 3. In Dar Imzad, young Tuareg girls learn or study only how to play an Imzad. This one, it is false. They learn how to play the Imzad and how to make it, or how to make their own Imzad. Here, the correction is how to play an Imzad and how to make their own Imzad. We play it and to make it. And number 4, Tuareg's alphabet called Tifinagh. We call it Tifinagh. This is correct. So the next one or last one is number 5. Tuareg don't have special Imzad songs and poems. This one, it's false. The correction is they have special Imzad songs and poems. Now, what are we going to do now is we are going to write an article using these sentences. Well, the instruction is arrange or classify the following sentences and then write an article about Imzad. Of course, when you write, you have to follow the shape or the frame of the article that we have seen before. Sentence 1 or A. Imzad is a single called violin, played exclusively by Tuareg women in Algeria. B. For Tuareg, it is an expression of history, violence, peace, and culture. C. Its aim, its target, الهدف, its aim is to preserve the Imzad as a symbol of culture and identity. D. The instrument discrete or refined the element traditionally accompanies poetic songs. E. In 2000, only 2 women played this musical instrument. F. So Save the IMZAD Association هي الجمعية was launched in 2003. G. Recording studio to record twerk music and workshop for making IMZADs in Dar IMZAD Tamnarasad. H. The work there ensure the music of Algerian desert will stay a taste of time. I. As consequence or as result, this association established. J. Nowadays, the IMZAD instrument is in the UNESCO Cultural Heritage List. Before writing, you have to look at the final of each sentences. You have to pay attention to the punctuation. Sometimes you find comma and sometimes there's no punctuation. So it means that the sentence here is not finished. So you have to be careful for continuing this sentence. Now you start writing, or first of all you order and then you write directly your article. Let's start. We correct now? The order of the sentences is the following. Number 1 is A, 2 D, 3 B or sentence B, 4 E, number 5 is F, 6 is C, 7 I, 8 G, 9 H, and the last one of course is J. Now this is the model of our article. As the title is the IMZAD, the subtitle Twerk Musical Heritage. IMZAD is a single chord violin played exclusively by twerk women in Algeria. The instrument discrete or refine the elements traditionally accompanies poetic songs. For twerk, it is an expression of history, violence, peace, and culture. In 2000, only 2 women played this musical instrument, so Save the IMZAD Association was launched in 2003. Its aim is to preserve the IMZAD as a symbol of culture and identity. As a consequence, this association established a recording studio to record twerk music and workshop for making IMZADs in Dar IMZAD Tamnarasad. The work there ensure the music of Algerian desert will stay a taste of time. Nowadays, the IMZAD instrument is in the UNESCO Cultural Heritage List. All right, thank you very much for your attention and goodbye.
شكرا على المشاهدة. لا تنسوا الاشتراك في القناة، الضغط على الجرس، الإعجاب بالفيديو.